Hello friends and my dear students, as we know that why we are running a online lecture program, because to protect ourselves from the diseases, so the government has running this online lecture program. The samely under the program of Rayat Shikshan Sanstha, the North region allotted me a topic, that is the inheritance and variation. As per the new syllabus of the State Board, this topic contains the Mendelian work as well as the different laws proposed by the Mendel, law of dominance, first law, second law, then the genes. After that, in the second part of this chapter, there is a study of the chromosome, its type and different chromosomal as well as the autosomal disorders. Now let's start with the chromosomal theory of inheritance. As this theory, it was proposed by the Sutton and Boveri. This chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by the scientist Sutton as well as Boveri. According to this theory, the chromosomes, they are present in cell, mostly in the somatic cell. As we know that the two types of the cells are present in body, that is the somatic and gametic cell, and these chromosomes, they are always present in pair, was suggested by the Sutton as well as the Boveri. Then they also suggest that when the gamete formation is there, during this gamete formation, the homologous chromosome, they get pair as well as they get segregate as sort independently during the process of the meiosis. Then they suggest that each gamete contains the only one pair of a chromosome. After that, they suggest that the nucleus of gamete contains the chromosome, and this chromosome carries all the hereditary characters. As we know that that is the main role or main function of this chromosome, that they carries the hereditary characters. Then the fusion of the haploid male gamete and the haploid female gamete, they restore the diploid set of the chromosome when the process of fertilization is there. That always haploid set is get formed by the process of meiosis in male as well as in female gamete, and this haploid number, it will be get restored and forms the diploid zygote. These all the points have suggested in the chromosomal theory of inheritance by Sutton as well as the Boveri. Now what is that actual chromosome? These chromosomes, they are the filamentous thread-like bodies, and this chromosome, they are showing that chroma is the one factor and here the soma. This chroma, that is nothing but it is the color, and it is showing the segment, that the colored segment present inside the nucleus. Firstly, this chromosome, it was identified by the scientist W. Waldler in 1888. On an average, we can study the chromosome when the cell comes at the stage of the metaphase, and that metaphasic chromosome is having the length 0.2 to 2 micrometer and thickness 0.1 to 33 micrometer. Because these chromosomes become the visible and come towards the equatorial position at the metaphase, and so they can easily get identified, easily get studied. On the basis of the ploidy level, this shows the euploidy as well as the aneuploidy. How they get classified here? This ploidy level is nothing but what? It is nothing but the multiplication of the set of the chromosome, that is the ploidy level, and this ploidy is divided into firstly here euploidy, and secondly it is the aneuploidy. This euploidy, it is nothing but here the chromosomes, they are showing the multiplication, or this multiplication of the primary basic number is always found in the euploidy, and opposite thing is found in the aneuploidy. Here is a no multiplication of the chromosome, that remains here only the deletion or addition it will be takes place, and this euploidy, it will be get categorized into, on the basis of the multiplication, it shows here the monoploidy. Here mono means the single, that contains only the haploid set of the chromosome. Then diploidy contains the 2n, that is the diploid set of the chromosome, and polyploidy, that poly may be it goes up to 3n, 4n, up to the n number of the chromosomes are there, because here the multiplication is the possible due to the euploidy, that u means the true chromosomes, their multiplication is get observed, therefore they shows the euploidy. And this aneuploidy, here in this set there is the exact multiplication of the haploid set, it is not possible, and therefore it is divided into hypoploidy and hyperploidy. That hypoploidy suggests the chromosome number, it will be get reduced as the normal set of the chromosome, and hyperploidy suggests the chromosome number, it will be get increased as the normal set of the chromosome, because each individual, each organism, it contains the normal set of the chromosome, and that chromosome number, it remains constant, it remains fixed from species to species. For example, that human being haploid, it contains the 46 number of the chromosome or 23 pairs of the chromosome. That onion, it contains the 16 chromosomes. The female, the drone queen, that contains the 32 number of the chromosome, means the each species in this universe, it is having the same or constant chromosome number. And these hypoploidy, it's suggesting that there is the reduction of the chromosome number is there, means one chromosome, it will be get reduced from the diploid set. It is divided into monosomy. Here in the diploid set, the one chromosome is get reduced, then nullisomy. In this type, the two chromosomes number is get reduced from the diploid set of the chromosome, and in hyperpolyploidy, it divided into trisomy as well as the tetrasomy. This trisomy, it's suggesting that diploid set is mixed or is having the one extra chromosome, and this tetrasomy is 2n plus 2. Here the hyperpolyploid is suggesting that the more number of the chromosomes they are present. This is about the ploidy level and how they are showing the presence of the set of the chromosome, that will be get varies, but this condition is get varies if the abnormality is there at that time, these ploidy level that will be get changed, but the normal individual, they are having the same constant chromosome number. Now let's start with the structure of the chromosome. This diagram shows here the ultramicroscopic structure of the chromosome, as we know that the microscopic structure of a chromosome is visible only when the chromosome come towards the metaphasic stage, and this microscopic structure, it shows that here the outermost boundary of that chromosome, it is known as a pellicle. That pellicle is always get the protection to the chromatids which are present inside. Inside the pellicle here, just like the cytoplasm, the ground substance is present, that is known as a matrix. This matrix is represent the ground substance of the chromosome. Now inside the matrix here the two threads are present, and these two threads, they are known as a chromatid. Each single thread represent the bead-like structure, and these bead-like structure, they are known as a chromomere. Here on these threads, this chromomere is present. When we study the normal structure of the chromosome, each chromosome is having the two arms here, and on the first and second, and at the base, at the middle region, each arm is get joined with the centromere. That centromere is known as a primary constriction. Always, suppose this is the first arm of the chromosome and it is the second arm of the chromosome. These two arms, they are always get joined with the centromere. Samely, this ultramicroscopic structure is showing here that the two arms, that first arm and second arm of the chromosome, it is get joined with the centromere, or known as a primary constriction. Below the primary constriction, here the secondary constriction is present, which is also known as a nucleolar organizer or nucleolus. And below the secondary constriction, here the satellite DNA is present, which represent the extra DNA along with that chromosomal content. The end of the chromosome, it is known as a telomere, and the role of that telomere is nothing but when that a bunch or group of chromosomes, they are present in a cell, at that time telomere is always protect to stick them from one another or to get crossing in between that. The main role of that telomere is nothing but to avoid the sticking of the chromosome while the cell undergoes the stages of the cell division. This is about the structure of the chromosome. Now come towards the types of the chromosome on the basis of the position of the centromere. Let's see the types of chromosome. But these types are on the basis of position of the centromere. Here, on the basis of position of centromere, the chromosomes are divided into four types. The first one, it is the metacentric chromosome. This metacentric chromosome, it shows, as we have studied already, that chromosome is having the two arms, and these two arms showing the presence of the centromere which get joined this arm, and this metacentric is nothing but here both the arms of the chromosome, they are having equal length, shape, sides, and this chromosome, it looks like the V shape. That is the metacentric chromosome. The second, it is the submetacentric chromosome. This submetacentric chromosome, it shows that here the one arm of the chromosome is always longer, centromere is somewhat away from the center, and the second arm is the shorter. This submetacentric chromosome is representing, it is the L shape. Then third type is the acrocentric chromosome. Again, in this acrocentric chromosome, the one arm of the chromosome is a very long, centromere is too much away from the center, second arm is a very short, and this looks like the J shape. Then the last type, it is the telocentric. In this telocentric type, the one chromosome arm is a very long, centromere is at the tip of the chromosome. It looks like the eye shape, and the second arm is completely absent. These are the 4 types of the chromosomes on the basis of position of the centromere. This is about the chromosomal theory. Then the structure of the chromosome, ploidy level, and types of chromosome on the basis of the centromere. Okay, thank you.